I think you're a little bit bigger than the pole, buddy. You are pretty skinny, but you have been described as a bean pole before.
All right, guys, hey, first time on the camera today.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. It's a beautiful, warm Sunday. So we thought, what better to do than get outside and enjoy this warm weather while we can. So we came down here to the golf course to go on a little family walk. The family walk has now turned into a little game of hide and go seek. Ava, what do you think of that?
I like it, but this is a part.
It's what?
You're going down.
Oh, I'm going down. Okay.
Down like this.
All right, so we're gonna play a little hide and go seek here before we head back home and cook up a little dinner. So come join our party here this evening. Guys, Annabelle looks like Ashton from the other day. Oh my gosh, she's just crazy. Okay, guys, who wants to be the hiders and who wants to be the seeker? Okay, hider. Ava, you want to look for people? Ava, show me. What are you doing?
This.
You're the counter? Okay. All right, here we go. So guys, we're going to divide up into teams. We have 6 of us. All right, so team 1, we have Turbo and Ava. What's your team name?
Ava, what's our team name? Counting.
Counting. All right, team Counting over here. So team 2 is Landon and Mom, and their team name is?
The Awesomes.
Team Awesomes.
Oh yay, Team Awesomes. Let's have some fun.
And then Ashton and I are team 3.
We're Team Beast.
Team Beast over here. Team Counting. You guys are seekers first, okay? This is Team Golden over here.
Okay, Landon, where should we go hide?
Oh, I know where.
Put it on our own. Just don't go to it yet. We're not hiding it. We have to come up with a plan.
I think we should hide over there.
Like behind the hill or in the trees or what are you thinking?
Behind the hill.
Behind the hill, okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. But you're not. Here we come. Okay, let's go see where everybody is. Ava, let's go over here. Come on. We just barely found our hiding spot, which is behind the golf course hill.
Landon tripped right as they stopped counting, but they didn't see us. So we had to jump up from where he tripped and keep running, and they still didn't see us. Oh, Annabelle was running around like a crazy little dog.
Annabelle's giving us a hint.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I think Annabelle saw us.
Oh, we see somebody! Now let's go look for Landon and Mom. Come on, Ava, let's go. Yeah! I see each other over there.
Oh, we gotta get down. Oh, shoot, we gotta get down.
Oh, we can see him. Let's go get him. We found you!
They got us, Lando. We didn't have very much time to hide.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Let's go. Let's go. Further. You're not going to kill me. Okay, right here. Even over here. Ready? Come on. Let's go. It's okay.
30.
They're right here.
They're coming.
35.
Okay, guys, now we do this way. Sit down.
55, 56, 57, 58,
59.
60.
Okay, lay down all the way in the grass. Lay down on your back like this. Hoping to camouflage with the rest of the brush.
Plus we went super far. So I think I know what it is. Go see if this one goes, girl. Right there. Okay, I see them, but they're not coming our way. I think we're good. It's fun to be on your team.
Thanks, Lando. It's fun to be on your team.
Ava, get down. Stay down. Don't miss anybody. Do you see? Found them!
There they are. Gotcha. Ava, boy, you're close to the river, aren't you there, girl? Look at this.
We were trying to camouflage.
All right, guys, so full disclosure, we are playing hide and go seek on a golf course because that's what we live on. And we didn't think there'd be any golfers out here. Well, yeah, a ball just flew by Ash and I and landed on the green. And lo and behold, we've got 2 golfers out here. So we're gonna try to stay out of their way as we finish our game of hide and go seek.
Landon and I have been found last both times, so I think we can confirm the fact that we are Team Awesomes.
We're doing another round.
We're doing another round, baby.
Yeah, but I think it's this time us counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 38, 39,
1 million.
No, they're 39,
1 million.
1 million.
And we're ready. Let's do it.
Let's do this. Let's go find them. Let's go to Daddy's spot. Run to Daddy's spot. This is the best spot. Go, go. Go to Daddy. Run to Daddy. Dad, we're so screwed. She sees me.
Hi, Annabelle. You're gonna show us where they are? Annabelle, where are they? Where are they? Oh, you're gonna show us?
She can already see. Let's see if this is a good hiding spot. Hiding behind the pole. Gosh dang it, Annabelle, don't follow me.
Darren thinks he's hiding behind a pole over there. But his body's a lot bigger than the pole, and Annabelle's taking us right to him. I think you're a little bit bigger than the pole, buddy. You are pretty skinny, but you have been described as a bean pole before.
She found me.
How about this? We'll give you 10 seconds to let you go rehide. You ready? Turn around. Close your eyes.
9,
10.
They don't find me. They're gonna see me up here.
Okay, we gave Turin an extra little bit to go hide. Landon, look at this little deer family living down here in the look. They just made a little home down here.
Mama bear, don't touch my cub!
Careful, you're gonna get her with the branches. There's Ashy, and there's Turin, who decided to hike up. We could see him clear as day.
You were watching me.
We were not watching you. Sweetie, you're not hiding behind anything, silly.
I was hiding behind a tree way up there.
Okay, Turin said on the second time we didn't give him enough time to hide, so we did round 3. He is actually going to hide this time because we wanted him to actually challenge us. So he is hidden. We've given him 60 more seconds, and now we are out to find him.
Ava went in.
She went in the water?
Yes.
Annabelle thinks it's time to swim. Do you love the water? Turin's probably built a fire by now.
Hey guys, I just found my hiding spot. They're over there counting. I wonder if I should go up there by that tire. Yeah, I'll just stay down here. I don't want to be moving while they see. I got these pokies in my leg and they're hurting right there.
Ooh, I hear some rustling. Turin would have been smarter to just sit still, but he made some rustling so I can hear him. And I can see his blue shirt that's not blending in with the trees. We caught one. We got him. Turin's not very happy about this hide and go seek game because he says that he can't hide very well.
He can't hide because he has blue shirt.
Because he's got a blue shirt, which makes it obvious to see him. It's also the time of year where there's not a lot of leaves on the trees, so there's not a ton of great hiding spots.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, so we have just finished a nice little game of hide and go seek, as you saw at the park, I guess at the golf course. But we wanted to give you a glimpse into the bedtime routine that we have.
The dreaded bedtime routine.
It is the dreaded bedtime routine, but I must say that our bedtime routine, I think, is a little bit more unique maybe than others, just because Landon, we've talked a little bit about this, but he started having seizures about 1.5 years ago. And to be honest, we tried all sorts of options to get those seizures to stop. We really didn't want to get him the seizure medicine because we felt like it had some side effects that just weren't worth the reward. He was having the seizures only at nighttime, so it wasn't affecting him during the day. But at the same time, we didn't want him to go through those traumatic experiences, and candidly, the kids, it was traumatic for them as well. So we actually found something, Lindsay, I actually should let talk about this, because she actually found something that has worked really, really well in helping, at least for the foreseeable future, stop those seizures. And it's something that we actually do every single night, which is part of our bedtime routine, which is why I say it maybe is a bit more unique than others.
Every night before bed, we brush our teeth. Some nights, the teeth are brushed better than others.
Yeah, how about the nights where they don't put toothpaste on?
You're supposed to brush for 30 seconds in each quadrant of your mouth.
How many quadrants are there in your mouth?
6.
6?
Quadrant.
Dude, we are doing all quadrants tonight really well. Heads up, spitter coming through.
Okay, so all the kids have showered, all the kids have brushed their teeth, so now I'm gonna show you the little routine I do with Landon's oils that we give him before bed. Okay, so the very first thing that I give him is something that you can just find at
Good Earth.
I found it at Good Earth, but anywhere that carries herbs. It's Dr. Christopher's brand, and it's called Antispasmodic. This is the shortened version of it. Tastes disgusting. Like so strong, so gross. So
guys, I've actually tried this before just because I wanted to know what it tastes like. Guys, it is so bitter and gross. So sweet little Lando is just a man. He just takes it each night and
I am so tough.
yeah, he just so tough.
big drink afterwards.
So guys, we do 1 dropper of that.
And then we give him some doTERRA copaiba as well as some doTERRA frankincense. I give it to him internally, a couple of drops each, and then I put some on his back as well as his feet. Okay, so I put just a couple of drops on his spine, just rub it in. So then I put a couple of drops and rub it into his feet.
And Mom does it to me sometimes.
Sometimes.
So guys, the next part of our bedtime routine, after the kids have showered, they've brushed their teeth, we then give Landon his oils, is obviously family prayers. So kind of like I mess up the names of my kids all the time, I also mess up the days of the week as far as who is assigned to what day for prayer. So I think I've got it down though. Monday is Landon, Tuesday is Turn, which is easy because Tuesday Turn and TT. Ashton is Wednesday.
And Saturday.
And Saturday. Ava's whenever, right? Sunday. So we started the schedule before she was even old enough to actually say prayers, which is why she just kind of got Sundays. And then Turn is Tuesdays and Fridays. So today's Monday, so it is Landon's nice. We're gonna say little prayers, and then it's lights out, bedtime for these guys. And so one kind of last final bit of our bedtime routine is one of our privileges as parents is we sit to lay by our kids at night in the room.
Alexa, turn off Twins light.
Good night, kiddos.
Good night.
Good night, Mom.
Alexa, turn off Turbo's light.
Good night, buddy.
Night.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about how we give Landon those 3 things before bed now. So last year when he started having seizures, it was really, really hard on our family. Probably the hardest thing to date that we've been through with him. It was really, really hard to watch him go through that. And we tried everything. We researched everything. We had every test done, no answers. We just received no answers, and it was so frustrating. It felt so helpless as parents because we couldn't fix it. We couldn't make it go away. Looking back, I think that sometimes, unfortunately, bad things don't go away, and we go through hard things in life, and sometimes it feels like our prayers aren't answered, but sometimes they're just not answered in the timing that we want. I wanted it to go away right then, and I wanted it to.
We did, we all did. We had the ambulance here a handful of times because it was just new to us. And we'll talk more about Landon's seizures in general, but it's really an important part of our bedtime routine.
Just wanted to quickly touch on the fact that we found those things because it was almost a year into him having seizures that I found these things, and it just kind of felt like things fell into my lap. People who normally wouldn't be seeking out these kinds of things just found them and brought them to me. And basically a friend of a friend told me that she'd heard about this essential oil called copaiba that was supposed to help with seizures, and I said, well, hey, I'll try anything, and I know essential oils are natural and they're not going to hurt him. And it was the combination of that and the frankincense and the other antispasmodic. So right before I started giving him those, he was having the most seizures that he'd ever had. Justin was out of town, and I specifically remember he had 3 in a week, and it was really, really hard. And then he went from February until the end of September of this year. He went over 6 months without having any, and it just felt like the biggest blessing.
It's the biggest break for sure that he's had in not having seizures since he started having them about 1.5 years ago.
Biggest break. And he's had 2 since then, and then he hasn't had any again. So it hasn't completely gotten rid of them, but it has significantly decreased them.
Reduced them for sure. And the other thing too, you guys, I don't know if you noticed this, but in Landon's room is a camera that actually is on him during the night. Because again, he only has the seizures at nighttime, and so then we have a monitor in our room, kind of like a baby monitor, but we have that turned up. For a while there, guys, I would sleep in his room. He was just scared that he would have one in the middle of the night, and we wouldn't be aware of it. And part of having seizures, there's some vomiting. You don't want your kids to choke, and anyway, so
that's probably the biggest risk, life-threatening risk, is choking.
So there was a time there where, you know, he would just be turning over and breathe, and Lindsay and I would just wake up just startled and panicked. So
it's been a little stressful on us.
Luckily now we can sleep a little bit more peacefully because he's gone so long without having as many as he does. Plus we've taken some pretty good precautions to make sure that, you know, if he does have one, we're kind of ready and he's there. But guys, the whole family is trained now on kind of like how to handle somebody who's having a seizure. Turn is the best helper because it usually wakes up the whole family. And everyone's just kind of there at his side helping him. So it's really brought our family closer together, even though it really has been really, really hard.
We've been through some tough things. We had a specifically really, really difficult one just because of when it fell, and we will be sharing more on that as it comes closer to the year anniversary of that.
Yep, it made for a very memorable day, that's for sure.
So anyway, we'll talk more about our seizures in another vlog that we kind of have planned coming up here. But wanted to give you a little sneak peek into something that has been a huge blessing for us. Speaking of gratitude.
So guys, that is our bedtime routine for the whole family. So thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the little hide and go seek, and we'll see you tomorrow.
And please tell me, you other parents out there, that bedtime is exhausting. All right, see you guys tomorrow.
See you guys.